Welcome to Simple and Savored, simple haircut with the bald guy. And we are doing soups, and more soups in this series. So today we're doing a vegetable soup, and to be real honest with you, well, let's get started because this is not going to take very long, and there's a couple options to make it go even faster. Let's start the timer and see how long this takes. I'm going to turn on the heat and get the pan going while we start chopping. So, quick overview. I just went into the refrigerator and there were some kind of older vegetables and didn't have any meat thawed out, so just kind of pulled everything out. We're throwing it in. Some people call it a minestrone. This is kind of a dump and dine soup extravaganza. So I'm going to start chopping. I'm just going to do a coarse chop on most things here. Get it going pretty quick. So this is going to be a hearty vegetable soup. And so I just went in, I had an onion, I've got some kind of old carrots and the last remains of some thing of celery, some broccoli, and some peppers, and it's just kind of clean the vegetable bin out day. So let's do this as quickly as possible. Like I said, it's going to be a coarse chop. If you wanted to make this, have this take a little longer, you could do a little finer chop. This is going to be good and quick. And then these, I think these are big enough for the chop that I'm wanting to do. The pan is starting to sizzle, so I'm going to turn it down. I usually start the pan on high to get it going, and then once we're at temperature, bring it down a little bit. And if you can hear Tino's toenails, he is waiting for me to drop some stuff. And I guess I'm pretty good at keeping him fed because he is, whenever we're doing a show, he is out and about looking for some sustenance, let's say. And I'm doing the firmest vegetables first, so onion and carrots. They're just a harder vegetable, so always get them going first. I'm going to add a little salt, start with, and so basic seasoning, salt, pepper, and basil, and then some garlic as well. So you could really do this with anything. I am going to use a thing of chicken stock. You don't necessarily have to. We're going to have enough vegetables in here to get some flavor going. But then I usually, for the two of us, we usually eat about a quart of soup each. We're kind of big soup eaters, I guess. So I'm going to chop the leaves and all, because that's what I like. If you don't like leaves in your soup, don't use them. That's the beauty of cooking. I think so many times we think we have to do it this way, we have to do it that way, and in reality, recipes are a good guide, and chefs have developed them over the years and centuries sometimes even. But using that, if you don't like a product that they have in their recipe, don't use it. Simple as that. Okay, I have some Italian kale that I'd used for some salads, so the top part, kind of the leafy part's off, so I'm just going to chop stems and all. These are some pretty delicate stems. Sometimes kale gets pretty stemmy, but if you think about how food came about, we ate whatever we grew back in the day. So I'm going to add that at the end because it is a more delicate product. Let's get these vegetables, the harder vegetables, going here. So these are some kind of peppers that Tanya really likes for her salads that are getting a little age on them. So I went and kind of pulled out the ones that were starting to wilt the most. And let's use them in a quick soup recipe. And it's kind of funny, I promote not using dull knives, but I can tell I haven't sharpened my knives in a bit here, so I'm not practicing what I preach, but I really didn't have to tell you either. But I think it's just good to keep them sharp. A sharp tool, a tool in good repair is a safer tool. And this is just a enameled cast iron Dutch oven kind of thing. You can put these in the oven. It's really good. And I'll do a review on this. I really have enjoyed this one. And while that's continuing to saute down, just gonna crush some garlic real quick. Just do a coarse chop. I'm gonna be adding the stock and the water. Actually, I don't think I'm going to use the broccoli. It's going to add kind of an odd flavor. And I just love this lettuce. Use this for salads a lot. Got a whole head, I'm just going to use a partial head. Then I am going to add, it's not just a straight vegetable soup, so it's veggies and rice. Just going to add the rice and get that heated up. You can add it later, but now I'm going to add stock and going to crank this up on high. Whoop. So a quart of water, and then a quart of chicken stock. And I'll season the rest with salt. Tanya is a soup lover, so I have made a lot of soups this season. And I didn't have any chicken, or I would have probably made chicken and vegetable soup. Need to get to the grocery store. So I'm gonna crank that up. Let's put some seasoning in here. You could add oregano to this. You could add really whatever seasoning you like. Probably a couple tablespoons there. Add a little more salt. And just a ton of cracked black pepper. Just love the flavor of this. So you could get fancier with this. You could, instead of the water, you could add a can of crushed tomatoes to have more of a tomato based. Like I said, you don't have to use the stock. You could use other seasonings. You could use bouillon. It's really kind of whatever style of cooking you like. If you're organic, you can get everything organic. If you want to make your own stock, you could do that as well, vegetable stock. And I will be doing that on one of the shows here, just a really simple vegetable stock. So save yourself quite a bit of money just on buying stock. I think these are $2 to $4 a piece. So if you're looking to save time and money, I'll be shooting that here pretty soon. I'm gonna put the lid on and let's take a look at the timer. We'll be back when it's time to add the veggies, the additional veggies. So to wilt this down, the rice is cooked. It's been simmering in the soup for about 10 to 12 minutes. Put the lid back on. Let that simmer for a couple more minutes. While that is going on, I'll show you what I found. Been playing around with doing a little Thai food. I have some Thai basil here. This has a really nice bite to it. It's getting a little old, so we'll just kind of pick through the leaves here while we're waiting for the soup to finish out. And this is a nice little surprise. I forgot about this. It's getting a little wilted and turning color, so instead of throw it out, let's add it to our soup here. So part of just cooking for me is just using everything I can. I hate to throw things away. I hate when people buy, you've maybe done this, or you find a recipe and it's like, I'm gonna start cooking now. And you buy all these ingredients and then you cook the meal, it's okay, but then you have all these ingredients that you don't have any other reason to use them for. So what you'll notice in my shows, at least, it's a lot of the same ingredients, just maybe with a different seasoning, a different preparation method. And I will add this all at the end. So let's get our bowl back here, and we are looking at about 22 minutes so far. So probably end up taking about 25. Let's take a look here. Let's take a quick sample taste here. Oh my goodness. That is yummalicious. I'm going to add just probably another teaspoon of salt, a little fresh ground black pepper. Give it a stir and we are ready to eat soup, soup, and more soup. It is soup season. So we'll probably have another 5 or 6 videos with soup or stocks, things like that. So you can come home after work on a cold winter's day. Man, that is tasty. A little of our Thai basil on here. I'm just going to turn this off, put the lid on it to keep it warm. Ooh. Need a little towel to hold this bowl. This is a hot bowl, but just full of rice and vegetables and nice stock and just simple salt and pepper, a little basil, just some basic things to have in your fridge or your pantry or your fridge either. So simple, but so good. So if you're new to this channel, this is really simple, easy, healthy cooking to put good food in your body, so you can do it quickly and efficiently so you have more time for you and the ones you love. We're busy, we're commuting, we're working, we're taking homework, we're running kids around, and we're just busy. And I just want you to have a healthy, happy life. And by putting good things in your body, that's the best way to take care of you. And as I always say, do take care of you. You're important to a lot of other people. So if you're no good to yourself, you can't help anybody else. And we'd love to see you in the next video. Like I said, we're going to be doing soups and more soups and stocks, but just really simple stuff. Everything's at least under 30 minutes, usually around 15 to 20 minutes to get good food on your table. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe, and love to hear your comments. If you've done something like this and added something that is different, definitely let us know. The more ideas we have, the more we can share, and the better we can, have food on our table. So thanks for joining us. See you in the next video.